Hi and welcome to a little bonus episode of the Knitting Hobbit podcast. In this episode I'm obviously standing. I am going to show you all of my different garment knits that I've made in 2021. So a little 2021 roundup. Although I'm not gonna just do garments, I'm also gonna do shawls, like any big project that I've made. So the very first one that I made, I actually don't have with me anymore. I recently swapped it for a different jumper with the lovely cat from Heather and Hobbs. So she owns that now. But I will still link it down below. I still have the project page on my Ravelry. I might reknit it someday in a yarn that I love. Because I swapped it because the yarn that I had knitted in just wasn't for me. It was alpaca and for me it was very, very itchy and I couldn't stand it. Sorry, my braids are like whoosh. Ignore that. But anyway, that's hers. And then after that I knit this. So this was my first big colorwork project. The only colorwork project that I had made before this one was just a little simple hat that I gifted to my brother. And then I decided to go big or go home, clearly. So this is the Sunray jumper by Jennifer Steingas. I will put names over here or over here throughout this whole video, and I will also link everything down below in the description box so you can find it all. I will also just link my general project pages down below so you can scroll through and see what exactly I used. So this jumper was only the second jumper I ever knit. The one that Kat now has was the first one. So I was still very new to jumper knitting. And of course, as I just said, new to colorwork knitting. And I knit this. I've just been watching a lot of Inga from Knitting Traditions, her episodes. And I really wanted to try out the Tint yarn from Hillesvåg. So that's what this is knit in. I think this color, like the main color, is called Burgunder Lila. And then this one that I did the colorwork in is a beigey color. I think it's also called beige, but it might be different. But again, it's in my project page on Ravelry. So yeah, couple little things to note with this. I completely messed up the gauge. I didn't swatch, as I said. It was like my second only thing ever, and I just went for it. And I didn't realize that the garment was made for a sport weight yarn, and this is just a bit more of a DK weight yarn. So it ended up being a little bit more oversized than intended, than what the pattern is written as. But I think the fit is absolutely lovely and it worked out fine. The only thing is that the neckline, it was really, really wide. Like it came where like this stripey bit ends. That's where my neckline was before. So when I finished the whole jumper, I actually picked up, first I tried it with like a little elastic through the neckband, but that didn't really work out. So I picked up all the stitches again, and you can actually see, because the old one, because I didn't rip it out, it's still there. And so I just made sure that I picked up less stitches, and then I also decreased a little bit. And that's how I got this neckband, and I really enjoy the fit of it now. I really love this jumper. It's super comfy and cozy, and yeah, I'll do a little turn. And then the colorwork on the sleeves also is of course very fun. It's not an I-cord bind off, it's just a normal bind off, and then it just rolls down. So that's also great. And then the bottom of the body, and sorry, I'm wearing really miscolored sweatpants underneath this. That don't look what it is. But yeah, the body and then the neckline is just I think 1 by 1. The body is 2 by 2, and the neckline, I think I did the second time in 1x1 ribbing. But yeah, that is the first jumper of 2021 that I still own. I'll be back with the next one. So the next thing that I have to show you is not this jumper quite yet. It is this shawl, and mine is huge, but you might recognize it. It is the Vertices Unite from Stephen West, and this was my next big knit from 2021. And as you can see, it's a proper slanket, like it comes down quite far. I absolutely love this one. I tend to wear it as a scarf a lot, and then I just kind of wear it like this, and then I usually, this is where the long ends come in really nicely, because you can easily tie it, and it's really nice and warm and cozy. And I've basically just been wearing this since it got cold enough to wear it every single day to work. So this is another knit in Hillesvag yarn. This I knit in Hillesvag Ask, and yeah, I really love it. It's not quite as fuzzy as Tint is, but it's also like, I feel like Tint might be a little bit scratchier or itchier maybe because of the longer hairs, whereas this doesn't have that. Like, as you can see, it's not fuzzy. And then I will grab, hopefully it will show. Oh, it doesn't really, but this compared to this, it doesn't really show. But the Tint feels a lot fuzzier, and yeah, I don't know if it's like softer, but it feels fuzzier. And this is a lot less, and it's not quite as itchy in my opinion. It is still definitely a rustic yarn. If you can't take rustic yarns, you probably won't like this either. But it's not quite as, in my opinion, quite as itchy or rustic. So yeah, I cannot remember the color names because they're all in Norwegian. But I went for this pastel, like 5, and then at the end I actually ran out of yarn. So the little end bit, which luckily is totally fine to do with this shawl, the end bit is another color. And yeah. But because this shawl is like a patchwork shawl anyway, that's absolutely fine, and no one really notices that the end, that is not supposed to be that color. Yeah, and mine grew immensely in the wash. So when I knitted, it was like the normal large size, like already the large size, but I think it was quite like proper according to the measurements. And then I blocked it, I washed it, which I just soak it in a tub, and then I took it out and I was laying it out, and it just had grown so immensely. And I think it might be a combination of the rustic wool and the garter stitch. Like the garter stitch, it loosened up quite a lot. But yeah, I do love it. I wear it a lot. I get so much use out of this shawl. And yeah, it is a really fun knit. If you're a beginner, it is you want to practice with picking up stitches. It's really good because you do need to do that a couple times. And yeah, it's just garter stitch, so it's pretty mindless. It's not too bad, and it was a really enjoyable knit. So then there is this jumper. I have talked about this one previously a little bit. This is the Augustins number 11, which is actually a dress, but I changed it to be a jumper. So I knit this whole thing according to pattern. I have really short arms, so my sleeves are probably a little bit shorter. I am not sure, I've did this quite a while ago, and I don't tend to put notes in Ravelry on like any changes I make, but my arms are really short, so my sleeves tend to always be shorter. And yeah, I really love this one. I completely forgot the yarns that I knitted in, but it has a I-cord edge here, and then a I-cord edge on the sleeves, and like the sleeves are long enough that I can tuck my hands in, but I added a little bit of elastic into the I-cord edge, which makes it just rest on top of my hands really nicely and makes the sleeves a little bit extra poofy. So the main thing that I changed is that I made the body longer, and then I just added ribbing at the bottom to make it a jumper instead of a dress. That is all. It's really comfy, again, really cozy. This one is really soft because it is a bunch of different merino yarns together with a silk mohair. So it's really soft and fuzzy, and I really enjoy this jumper. Time to get the next one. So the next one is this cardigan, which is the Tint cardigan by Skeender Knits, and I really love this cardigan, although I might re-knit it at some point, at least the top, because as you can see it sits a little bit weird. So I knit this in a bunch of different yarns held together. I used, I think it's called Ulcentrum, the 2-ply yarn, and then I used a Rowan yarn, and then I also used, I used this silk mohair, which is Glow Hair by West Wool. So that is from Stephen and Penelope. But the Rowan yarn and the Ulcentrum yarn were in a kit from Trollewool, and then I just added in the mohair. But again, I wasn't really gauge swatching, and I knit this all a size down. When I knit it first, it was absolutely huge, and I was like, no. Still not into gauge swatching, so I just went down in sizes, but my row gauge was still off, so the neckline is quite a bit lower than it is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to sit more like this. So it's quite a bit lower, which makes it sometimes sit a little bit weird, but otherwise the fit is great. Like if I close it, I still have some space left, like I can definitely wear a jumper underneath, but it is not too big. And then the sleeves are great as well. Again, might be able to wear a jumper underneath, but nice fit. I'll just lazily close 2 buttons so you can see how it looks. And then this is the detailing you have, which is a lot of fun to knit. It kind of looks like cables, but it's not cables. And it's just really easy, and it's just that nice like little bit of interest that you have, whilst the rest is just plain stockinette in the round, because it's a sticked cardigan. This was my very first sticked item. First, definitely not the last. And yeah, I really enjoyed knitting this. Straight after this, I knit the same thing, but in Alafos Lopi, and for that one I did get the gauge right, and that has been gifted to my aunt. It's in a very lovely, really light blue, and my aunt is like me and loves like natural sheepy things, so she really loves the cardigan. Oh, this is how the back looks, by the way. So the back has a really nice fit. It's just the front, this part that I'm not too happy with, but I might see if there's any way that I can fix that. But anyway, great pattern. I do recommend it. And it kind of looks like a satin sleeve, but it's not. Like when you get to the underarm, you knit the sleeves and you knit the body, and then when you get to the other underarm, you just knit the sleeves on, and then you just keep knitting in the round again, and you just decrease it away, but with a purl stitch, which kind of makes it look satin, but it is not. So yeah, great knit. Definitely recommend it, great fit. If you maybe make it in a different color, like a natural color, it's easily a cardigan that can go with anything and everything. So yeah, that is my Tint cardigan. On to the next one. Quick little location change. I was filming in my room upstairs and then I suddenly noticed that my neighbor at the back of our house is cutting down branches from his tree, and he could see directly at me and I felt incredibly awkward. So I'm now downstairs in the living room with my next knit, and this is a little bit of a sad story. So many of you will recognize it's a Renunculus by Midori Hirose, or Cafe, forgot the name. Anyway, it will be somewhere up on the screen and it will be linked down below. But as you can see, it is tiny. It is still wearable, like I still fit it. It's a little bit stiff, but this one got accidentally felted in the washing machine. So yeah, a little bit of a sad story. The only time that I still wear this is I have this really simple black summery dress, which just has like spaghetti straps, so it doesn't really feel like okay to wear to work, but then I just put this over it and this like ends right where the skirt starts, and then it feels appropriate for work because like my shoulders are covered. So that is the only time that I wear this at the moment because it has shrunk. So this is the Renunculus and I knit it in Bio Balance from BC Garn, and in a lilac-y color. I'm not sure it's really coming out. It looks pretty good there, you can see. But yeah, especially like this part, as you can kind of see, it's got really stiff. That got felted really bad. So when my mom told me that it felted, I immediately went to soak it in like hair conditioner and like just all the soft things. I went to soak it in that, and then I stretched it out a lot, and like I was just pulling on it like in every direction because it was smaller than it is now. So I was just pulling on it in every direction with just the goal to make it wearable again. And so I kind of got the width that I needed back into it, but then I needed some length. So what I did was, by the time that this has kind of dried a bit up more again, I had just soaked the bottom of it, and I just hang it, and it was like pretty windy, so it was like blowing in the wind and all of that stuff. And yeah, I wish I'd have more length. Like I wish it was more like this instead of this. But yeah, I can wear the dress and it doesn't have to get thrown away, so that's good. Because this yarn it's not salvageable. It's just felted together. It's like 50% wool, and all of the wool in there just felted. And I think that the small cotton part is still like the little savior that made it so I can still fit into it. So yeah, that is my sad little Renunculus. I think coming summer I might just order the same yarn in the same color and make it again, because I do really love this color and this yarn. So that might be something for when the weather gets warmer again. But for now, this can go over the dress. Okay, so we're in a better spot now. Curtain has been closed, can't get spied upon. So my next knit is the hamlet bishol, which is a shawl by Fiber Tales, and I knit it in Honor och Air Nutiden yarn. So this shawl is really lovely because it has little, oh that's the back. It has little bees on it. There you go. Now you can see it. Yes. it is so cute, it is so adorable, and I really love it. So I made this with 2 cakes of Nutiden. I had 1 cake of each color, so you can see exactly how far it got me. And then at the end I had a little bit of this color left. So this shawl you cast on at the bottom, so you start with a lot of stitches and then you decrease it slowly back down. So that is how you get this shape, and it is a really nice way to knit a shawl, I think, because when you cast it on, you have all the energy and all the power to like get through all those really long rows, and then by the end you've kind of lost motivation. It's just gonna go quicker and quicker. So yeah, this is kind of how it wears. I wish, personally, I really like big scarves, so I kind of wish it was a little bit bigger. But yeah, I might just, because it's got quite a bit of structure, I held it with 2 strands double, so I might just wash it again and see if it will stretch out a little, just to get a little bit more drapey, because I feel like shawls and scarves, they need to be a little bit drapey to like go around your neck nicely. So this is how it looks around your neck, and let me see. And this is how it looks across your shoulders. So yeah, it does give you like a little bit of warmth, but again, I feel like I like them to go like up against my neck, and then there's barely anything on your upper arms. But yeah, so that's my only wish, that it was a little bit longer. But otherwise, I really love this shawl, and I think the little bees are adorable. It is a really fun knit, and I do definitely recommend it. So yeah, that's the Hamlet bee shawl by Fiber Tales. Then I am wearing my next one. This is the Spring Swirl by Wool and Pine, either of those. Anyway, I'll put it up somewhere. So this has a really lovely textured yoke, and it's knit in reverse stockinette. So once you are done with the yoke, you can turn it inside out and then knit this whole part in like normal stockinette on the inside, so that the reverse stockinette's on the outside, and then you just add on some ribbing. I knit it a little bit longer than in the pattern, because the pattern is very cropped, it like sits right about here, so I just need a little bit longer to make it a good fit to wear with any of my more high-waisted jeans, and I can still like wear it to work, because we're at work 5 days in a week, so it's nice that you can wear your knits there. And yeah, just some short little sleeves, and yeah, I knit this in Rowan cotton cashmere, so it's mainly cotton with a little bit of cashmere, and I feel like the cashmere makes it a little bit softer, and it's just really nice. It is also a nice layering piece in winter with the cardigan over, and yeah, I am quite happy with it. I don't wear it quite as much as I should. Yeah, the only thing is that the back is quite low, so maybe if I knit it again, I'd add some short rows in the back to lift that. It's not that it pulls on the front, it's just that the back is quite low, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't think I did anything else special than just lengthen the body a bit. That's it. The texture is a lot of fun to knit, by the way, and it's really fun because some of the like the 1x1 ribbing, it goes into it, like it looks like it's a little stem of the, like, what is it, twigs or something, I don't know. I think it is really cute and I am quite happy with it. Then we had a really weird summer because, as you can see, I knit this. I tend to tuck this into my jeans. This is currently sweatpants, but into my jeans, what makes it look a lot cuter, because it is quite a bit oversized, but I think with this it still has like a nice little shaping to it. So this is the Magnolia Bloom by Camilla Fudd. I knit this in Alafos Lopi, in I think light grey heather, so it's got the little black speckles in there. And yeah, so I knit this in between all the summer tops. But I am really happy with it, and I've worn it already quite a couple times, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on it, so it's definitely a good knit. The yoke is a lot of fun to knit, and the double collar is just really nice and comfy. So the only thing that I really changed with this is that I knit the ribbing of the cuff. I knit it quite a bit longer, as you can see, because I have short arms. I think the arm length is about good. I just knit the cuff longer. Like the total arm length is about what it should be in a pattern. So you can see, like, I have short arms. I have just my middle fingers hanging out. So I did this on purpose because I thought it's such a big and cozy jumper, and I love sometimes to just be able to cover my hands if they're cold, and then I can still like do like my typing and stuff, but they're just covered and really cozy. But then when I actually need to use my hands, or just in like general day-to-day when I don't want my sleeves to be too long, I can fold them down like this, and then they're the perfect fit, like they're the perfect length, as you can see. So yeah, that is the Magnolia Bloom, and I am really happy with it. I think it's an absolutely gorgeous jumper. If I knit it again, I think I would double check my gauge, because I think it got so big because my gauge was just a little bit on the big side, which with this gauge immediately makes it quite a bit larger. But anyway, I think, as I said, when it's like tucked in like this, I think it still looks really cute, but when it's out like this, it just looks like a big bag, sack. It's kind of what I tend to call it in Dutch. It's like a zak. But yeah, happy with it. Really cozy, really warm. Then we're back to summer tops. So again, this is one that is a bit big, so I tend to tuck it in, and then it's really cute. This is the Province top. I forgot by who it was, but again, I will put it over here. And yeah, so this was my first time doing like proper lace. As you can see, it is quite lacy. I usually don't really like lacy anything, patterns, whether it's a shawl, whether it's you know, a garment. I don't tend to like lacy stuff. But I thought with this kind of like faux neckline shaping, it looked quite modern, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I knit this in cream cotton, which I got from a yarn swap with the lovely Knit Grits, who's from America. And yeah, this is the back. So there's more lace on the back, and it's just like a nice boxy top that's quite loose, and this yarn is so soft. I swear, it is like, I'm just like pressing myself. It's the softest cotton. Like, I feel like cotton doesn't really have a tendency to be really soft, but this is. And yeah, happy with it. It's just some really short little sleeves, because mine, I think, I can't remember if the sleeves in the pattern are a little bit longer than this, but because my shoulders were already so like dropped to here, I didn't want to really have the sleeves go below my elbow. So this is perfect, because when I go up like this, it's just, it hits right at my elbow. So yeah, another knit that I am really happy with. I haven't worn in a while, but I'll definitely wear it a lot in the summertime, when it's more t-shirt weather. And I also knit a little bralette in the same yarn that goes perfectly underneath this. Currently I'm just wearing the black tank top I've been wearing all video, but as you can see, that looks fine as well. That one has a really high neckline, but it looks okay. It doesn't look really too weird or anything, in my opinion. So yeah, didn't make any other alterations to it. I just followed the pattern. I think it was knit bottom up, and then I think you like you knit this in the round, and then you start knitting the front flat, and then you knit the back flat, and then you sew up at the top, and then you pick up stitches around the arm to knit the sleeve, that kind of construction. So yeah, fun knit. Don't think I'll knit it again because I already have it, and I don't think that this is really something that I feel like I need multiples of, like the Renunculus. But I am really happy with it, and I do recommend knitting it if you want to try out some lazy lace. So yeah. So then the other Ranunculus that I showed previously got felted, so I decided I needed another summery Ranunculus with short sleeves, and I had just gotten a birthday voucher, not a voucher, like voucher, yeah, from my friends for Wolplein, which is a web shop here in the Netherlands, and I decided to treat myself to some cashmere. So this is my very fancy Renunculus. It is in this like charcoal color, and as I said, it is in cashmere. So this is what it looks like. I'm not sure if I'm wearing it the right way around. But yeah, this is just, again, just like the other Renunculus, such a nice like layering top for when I go to work, like when I wear a top like this, for example, with just spaghetti straps to like, I feel like make it work appropriate. And it goes with most of my jeans that are high-waisted, but also with a dress or a skirt. So I feel like this is just a really nice and versatile little top, also because of the color, so it goes with anything and everything, and a black top underneath, and it looks fine. So yeah, and then the next one I will quickly grab because I can layer it on top of it, is my burrow cardigan. There we go. So this is my burrow cardigan. I had previously knitted this yarn up as a Fier cardigan by Fibertails, but that is a cardigan that you have to completely seam up, and that just didn't work out for me. So I wanted to knit up a different cardigan that is like kind of similar, like a simple cardigan. And then I saw this one, and it was inspired by the burrow from Harry Potter, and I just have a weakness for the Weasleys, and I love them. And I wish I could live in the burrow. So I decided to knit this one. The only thing is that the neckline went really wide, so what I did, I half solved it. I did a, I crocheted really tightly along the pickup edge for the neckline, which took it in a lot, but now this flares out, so now I also need to do like really tightly crochet along the very edge, but I still need to do that, and I still need to weave in the ends of the first one, like the crinkle yarn from the frogging is still hanging out there. So that's why this flares out a bit. That's still like, I still need to fix that. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. It's a really comfy and cozy cardigan, and now that it doesn't fall off my shoulders all the time, and once I fix the neckline, I think I will get a lot of wear out of it, because I knit it up in a fingering weight. This is from La Bien-Aimée. It is the Sienna colorway, which was the collaboration with the Grocery Girls. So it is pink but with like browns in it, and it is the merino singles held together with their mohair. And I just love the color. I absolutely adore it, and I think with something black underneath like this, it looks really cute. I'll button it up quickly. So you can kind of see how it fits when it's buttoned up. And yeah, just like I said, ignore the neckline situation up here at the moment. That is going to be fixed. Like, I'm 99% sure that the crochet thing will work for that. Once I finally get around to doing it, I will share it in a normal podcast episode and show you there. Last button. There we go. So yeah, so this is how it fits. As you can see, it's a really nice fit. It like hugs my body, but it's definitely not too tight. So yeah, it's a nice length as well. Will go with anything lengthwise. When I pull on the front, the neckline goes normal as well, but then the front is a bit more down. And this is what the back looks like. And yeah, I think this one was another one of those cardigans that you knit bottom up, and then you knit the sleeves, and then you just knit the sleeves onto like the round that you're going in. The only thing, yeah, so I do think that the shoulders are a bit too shallow. I would like it to be a little bit closer, but the way the decreasing is done doesn't really give you the space for that, I kind of feel like. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's like the best cardigan construction ever. You knit this flat, by the way, it's not steeked. But I do think that with the crocheting I did, that it's definitely wearable and definitely fine. Like I don't have any issues with it now. But I do think that that is just the reason for it not being that great when I first finished it. But anyway, I've got this little wooden buttons on it, just plain and simple. Yeah, that was this. So then we have this one. If you've been watching my podcast since the beginning, you know that this one has been a thing. So this blanket is my fantastic shawl, and as you can see, it is huge. My arms don't go any further than this, so you'll just have to take the points for what they are. But yeah, I don't tend to wear this one out because it is so big. Like, that's how far it goes. It goes like over my bum. When I just wear it around my shoulders like this, and this is also, and it goes like past my arms, my hands, my fingers are like here. So this is why this one lives at home. I use it as a blanket or just like this when I'm just like cold and I just kind of go like this. And I just walk around the house like this, like I still have my hands, but yeah. I knit this in a whole bunch of yarns. They're all listed on Ravelry. I'm not going to name them. Also, if you look back at the earlier episodes, I think there is one where I hold it up. That's the one where I finished it, and I think it talks a bit more about it. But yeah, this was definitely a labor of love because it is a lot of knitting, a lot. But it is a very, very fun knit. And if you're looking for a pattern to learn some new techniques, or try out some new things that you've never done before, then this is definitely a great pattern to go with. So this is Fantastic by Stephen West, and it's huge, and it's my blanket, and I do love it, but it's just not gonna go out of the house with me because yeah, one, I feel like it's kind of like more on the fragile side of the things that I've knit. Like most of my things are from very rustic yarns that I feel like can withstand anything, and this has some strands of like this is some hand spun, the pinky orangey one here, and then like there's some, just this part is like a single strand of mohair, so it's really thin. So yeah, but when I wear it as a scarf, it looks really cool, I think. Still not practical because these ends are so long. I think it does look really cool like this, and I'm really, really digging this look. And you can like put it over your face and be extra comfy and cozy, even though I knit this with very fluffy yarn, so you're definitely gonna need some yarn with this one if you're gonna do that. But yeah, I can even like wrap it around more, and then I can still kind of like tie it up. So if it ever gets to like minus 10 degrees or something, and I want something very soft for my neck, then this is the way to go. But I feel like it is so much fabric that it does kind of look a little bit on the ridiculous side, with all the colors as well. So let's see if I can get this off. So yeah, that is my fantastic. I'll kind of like slowly go up so you can see like every single section for a bit. Oh, the colors are going a bit weird, but whoop, ignore that. That's it. Let's throw it back on the sofa. So then this one, this is the third and last Renunculus of 2021. This one is knit in Let Lopi, and if you love the Lopi yarns and you love the Renunculus pattern, do this. It is amazing. The only thing is that I knit the sleeves a little bit on the short side, so I might pick them up at some point and just add a little bit more length to them. But otherwise, I absolutely love this one. So yeah, it's just your normal Renunculus, but the long sleeves version with Let Lopi. I don't think I made any other adjustments to it. I don't know, I think the Renunculus is really short, so maybe I've added some length. So yeah, this is what that looks like. And it's the third one, so I don't have that much to say about it. But yeah, I do really, if you love rustic yarns or you love the Lopi yarns, then I do really recommend knitting yourself one up in Let Lopi, because the gauge is just, it's perfection. It looks really nice. This color is bottle green, and I feel like it's not showing up too well on the camera. Oh, that's terrible. I thought I'd tap the screen to fix it, but that was just got worse. But it's a very deep foresty green, but it also has like blue tones to it, and it's gorgeous. And I really love this jumper. So yeah, and it looks all funky with my purple sweatpants and my Pippi Longstocking braids. But on to the next one. So we're nearly getting there. We have arrived in winter. This is the Luminem by Sari Nordlund, and I knitted in, I don't remember, Hope. I think it was called Hope, like the wool Hope. Was that it? Wool Addicts, and I think it was Hope. Anyway, up on Ravelry again. So I knit this at a smaller gauge because hers is huge, and the smallest size. And everything else I did according to pattern. So yeah, it is. I do have to say this yarn is spilling a lot, and I am not really the biggest fan of this jumper in general. I think I will just tuck my braids in so they don't look ridiculous. I think I'm not entirely, I'm not like the biggest fan of this neckline. I feel like it looks kind of like odd, and then this yarn has like that soft edge to it that I don't like, which is the reason I don't like alpaca. But this is wool, and then as well, this is kind of like the weird bit that I'm going to show you. Are you ready? This, like, it naturally sits like this. It just looks weird. So the row gauge is obviously very different at the lace panel than it is for the stockinette, and then you get that flap. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I think it's weird. Obviously it looks fine if you like tuck it in your jeans because no one will see the flap and know that's longer down there. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this jumper. Yeah, might gift it to a friend at some point. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but it's not my best work, I should say. And I don't think I will knit this again, honestly. The lace panel was quite fun to knit, but it's just not not really my thing, I'm afraid. So yeah, let's get going to something that I love a bit more. So then we have the Christmas cardigan from Cardigan. This one had a limited release during December, so I think it might be taken off of Ravelry right now. If I'm correct, I might be wrong, it might still be up there, but Skandir, Ellie, she said that she would take it off at the end and then properly release it next October. So if you want to knit this, just stay tuned, be patient. And then there will be a knit along. There already is a knit along that you could join. But I test knit this cardigan. So this is the Christmas cardigan, but I made it more wintry, so it's more okay for like more months than just December. And I love it. I knit this in Holst Super Soft. I knit it held double, but you can also knit it held single, but that just gives you a lot more of an airy, flowy cardigan. And I wanted like a nice, warm cardigan. But of course it's still very thin because it's only like, it makes about a sport wave if you held it double. So yeah, I used the different snowflakes, and then there's another one here on the cuff, and the arm length is absolutely perfect. It was just a little bit short when I knit it, but then I stretched it a little bit while blocking, and now it's perfect. And also the actual length of the cardigan, again with the really long purple pants, is perfect, and it looks good with most things. I don't have that much to say about this. I knit it quite a while back actually. I think I finished it last September, but it only just released. So yeah, and I just have some wooden buttons on it that have like a little bit of a motif. I don't know why the light is going so weird when I get up close to show you things, but yeah, the green color is holly, and this color is iced. It just makes really lovely because there's like blue tones in the green as well, so it goes together with this grayish blue absolutely perfect, and I think it just looks really nice. And I went for the wintry forest vibes, and I think that that's what I got. So then the next one is underneath, and it is the Cozy Classic Light that I've recently finished. So this is just a plain fingering weight jumper. It's gonna be crumpled up, so excuse that for more of the garments that I've worn today. So yeah, I knit this in this variegated and speckled yarn, and it has easily become one of my favorite jumpers to wear because it's grey with just like tiny bits of like purpley pink. It's really easy to wear with anything, and it's really light and thin. So I think this will also get a lot of wear during spring, or maybe on the colder summer days, because we definitely get those here in the Netherlands. The only thing is that, again, I knit the sleeves a bit too short. I feel like I just got, like I can stretch them down to fit. But they kind of, like with the neckline, right back up again. So I will wash this again because it does need another wash, because I've already worn it that much. And it's a superwash yarn, so it isn't like as self-cleansing as some of my other garments. Smells kind of stay in it more. So I will see if the sleeves lengthen a little bit then, but otherwise I might pick it up just like the Renunculus and knit it a little bit longer. But otherwise I'm very happy with it. The pattern itself is not my absolute favorite. When I finished this, I talked all about it in the podcast episode. But basically I was on gauge, but the size was completely off and it was way too big. So instead of knitting in the size medium, I ended up knitting a size extra small. So yeah, that's quite the difference. But now, like with that modification that I made, it fits really nicely. As you can see, it's like nice and drapey, but still kind of like hugging over here. So it's just really nice, and I am really happy with it. But I also think that the pattern just has too much information. So if you are a knitter like me that just likes patterns to tell them this is what you need to do, just do this. This is not just a need, it's not the designer to go with. So like maybe another time I would have actually picked, I think Skandir has a plain jumper, and I think Maxim Sear has a plain jumper. There's like a whole bunch out there. I don't know why I picked this one, but that's what I did. So yeah, one more to go. The big finale. Let's go. It's a dress. So this is my most recent finished object. It is the Augustine's number 11, but this time the actual dress. Yeah, I'm really happy with this. I think the sleeves are a great length. I still have to weave in ends, and I still have to wash it, so it might get a bit more drapier and stuff when I wash it. I do tend to wear this with a belt. I don't have one on right now. There is a little bit of elastic, but it's literally just a little bit, so it's not too strong, but it does kind of pull it in just enough. Yeah, this was my Christmas dress, and I'm really happy with it. There's still this hanging out. But yeah, this is, oh, can I see if I can get back enough? Oh, there you go. This is the dress, and I'm happy with it. And I filmed a lot now, and I'm a little bit tired, so I don't know what else to say. But again, I recently finished this. It is in last week's podcast episode, so not the most recent one, but the one before that. I think I'm wearing it, I'm pretty sure. So the one where I'm wearing this, I talk all about it. But yeah, I think this is just such a nice one to round off 2021 with. I learned so many new techniques, and I did so much new stuff, and I am really happy. I'm just gonna take a little sip of water. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I have no clue how long it is because it's all like little short wee clips. But I hope that everything went well with recording and with editing and with uploading it, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you do. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. All of these are patterns are linked down below, and I have a link to my like overview of all my project pages on Ravelry as well, so feel free to have a look over there if you want to know what yarn and what color it is all up there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a nice New Year's Eve or Hopmanay, and I will see you, I don't think next week, I will see you soon. Bye bye.